weight division.
First round, gents.
Samurai Creasey in the white, Andy Taj Young in the blue. Young coming out fast and furious. Creasey all over him early though.
Yeah, Creasey firing back straight away.
Both these guys heavy-handed for the weight class. And Young giving up a bit of reach, you've got to think here, Darren. How's that going to affect him as this fight goes on?
You know, it don't really matter. I mean, reach, it don't matter. Once, from what I can see, it looks like he's just trying to get in there and get him to take him down. But, you know, as you see, Sam not having it. Sam's creeping that space. Sam's keeping that jab there, saying, you're not coming to my space. You know, I'm not having it.
I mean, you've got to be wary if you want to go to the ground with Sam Creasey. He's got some fantastically technical groundwork transitions.
Well, of course, I mean, you have to respect the ground game, but does it make a difference, you know? I mean, when you take him down, he's be throwing shots with it, do you understand? So, you know, it might make a difference. But Sam Creasey is doing very, very well.
He's catching Young on the way in here. Really giving the veteran something to think about.
I love the way, you know, he didn't force nothing. He threw a couple shots, one body shot, I mean, he stepped back again and reset it.
Young definitely a little bit more cautious here.
He's tasted some of that power early on. Nice combination there from Young, finds a home. Creasey immediately popping in with a left hand though.
I mean, you know, you just can't settle. You get tagged, you just can't settle, you know. Put that poker face on, get back to work, and that's what Creasey's doing.
Corner of Andy Young telling their man to be first there. Darren, that's something you've talked about a lot this evening, the importance of just setting the pace. Big shots from Creasey here though, backing his man up against the cage.
Those uppercuts did some damage, the two on the inside from Creasey.
Nice knee to the body from Creasey. Both men reset center of the cage here.
Yeah, it's left a red mark on Andy's body too, so you know, he's thought twice about it now. He needs to cover that side. But again, this is what I was saying in previous fights, you know, you can't just stay on the center line, not move something, you know, the head needs to move, or the hand needs to move.
Again, Creasey ripping to the body, and he really has reddened up the midsection of Andy Young there. It's going to be a nice big target for Creasey as this fight wears on. Creasey with a lot of support in the building tonight. Always been well supported here on Cage Warriors.
Yeah, Young does really well, you know, like he runs around the cage, he separates, reset, but then he comes back and he's static again, you know? And this is why Creasey just catch him all the time. Head, hands, or feet, one has to be moving.
Creasey's done a good job getting behind that piercing jab a couple of times.
This is what I was saying before about movement. Movement plays a big part. It gets your opponent thinking. You know, like Creasey's not staying still. So Young's having a hard time of what to think, what to do.
Don't forget, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this contest and, of course, the rest of our main card tonight here at Cage Warriors 102. Join in the conversation on social media with the hashtag CW102. Creasey and Young fighting in a phone booth here. Both men with bursts of activity and settling back into that rhythm.
I mean, it's a great work rate, but you got to figure the only actual strikes of any significance that have landed so far have come from Creasey.
Again, that's what I was saying to you before. You know, like you can't just stay in the center line. Something has to move. Something has to move. If you see what he just did there, he did well. You know, he circled up, but he's gone back there and he's stacked again.
The corner of Andy Young telling him to use the aggression. They want him to come forward. They want to see their man putting hands on Sam Creasey here.
A lot of damage down the left side of Andy Young now. The legs reddened, the body's reddened.
That's the thing about being a fighter, you know, you got to take that risk, innit? You got to take that risk. Forget his long reach, bite in that gumshoe and get inside.
And Young certainly not putting the brakes on. He's still throwing, and he's been beckoning Sam Creasey in as well.
There we go, gents.
First round in the bag. Non-stop action, the kind of fight that makes you tired just watching it. Both these guys thrown from bell to bell. Let's take a look at some of the action from that first round, Josh.
It was almost a fake touch of hands from Andy Young. Dove straight in, and Creasey, gave it right back in that opening exchange. Really got the better of these exchanges. It had some good short shots inside. Here were some uppercuts that really did the damage, just cupping the back of the head.
Creasey just striking from range here. Really nice leg kicks. Young beckons him on. Creasey happy to oblige.
You can see Creasey's getting very confident, very, very confident. Hands are getting low.
We can see some of the damage on the legs of Andy Young, rather. He's been reddened up on the body and legs. That's only going to get worse as the fight wears on.
Okay, gents, second round, you ready?
We know that cardio isn't an issue for either of these guys. Explosive start to the second round.
This is what he has to do, he has to take that risk, bite that gum shield and get inside.
Short, tight combinations from Young. Creasey firing back.
I've probably annoyed you guys all night about saying this, but you have to be first. You have to be first.
Hashtag be first. It's been great to have you here at Cageside, Darren, and we've had some fantastic fights to go through, and this is looking to be another addition to a fantastic fight card. First time live for the Cage Warriors prelims on UFC Fight Pass. We hope you're having a great time taking in these contests with us. Huge main card to come, capped off by that middleweight title bout. Thomas Robertson, James Webb for the vacant middleweight belt. 5 rounds is our main event this evening.
Young's making a lot of motions like he's going to come forward, but he's stopping short on really pulling the trigger on them.
Yeah, he's doing a few things that are a bit half-hearted, you're either in or you're out. I love the way Sam is just being confusing, First he's just being the guy on the front foot, then he's being the guy on the back foot waiting for that counter, He's just mixing it up, it makes you confused.
And it's Creasey more often than not taking the center of the cage, dictating the pace here.
Yeah, you want to talk volume of strikes landed. It's kind of all in the favor of Creasey at the moment.
Creasey actually looks like he's just sparring, like he's in the gym just sparring.
Yeah, he's just in the zone, isn't he?
Doubles up the left hand, finishes the combination with a nice right low kick. Looking very light on his feet here is Sam Creasey still.
Where Young's just throwing 2 strikes, then backing all the way out. Neither of those strikes are finding a home. They're just stopping short.
He needs to keep coming forward, just keep coming forward and get down the middle. Because you see, Sam Creasey, he draws you in, but as he steps back, his hands are open. So keep driving forward and just pop it down the middle. That's what Young needs to do.
There's just more nastiness on the strikes of Creasey at the moment.
Very nasty.
I believe last time we saw Andy Young on Cage Warriors, he got the Fight of the Month award against Paul Marin. So we know he's happy to bite down and throw hands, but he's just not been able to solve the riddle of Sam Creasey thus far.
Paul Marin's an interesting common opponent for both these guys. They've both fought and beat Paul Marin before, and that's not an easy thing to do. Very tough guy to out grapple. They've both had success, on the with the hands against him.
Creasey was badly rocked against Marin, or I believe maybe hurt to the body actually before coming back. Got a stunning knockout, one of the better finishes we've seen here at the Indigo on Cage Warriors. And it just added to the reputation and the legacy of this guy, who looks to make another run at the flyweight title. And you have to question whether Andy Young is perhaps getting that opponent's mentality whereby He's going in there, not necessarily to make up the numbers, but once things haven't gone his way early on, is he perhaps taking his foot off the gas a little bit mentally?
Sorry to say, but I think that's what it looks like, but you just can't do it. You have to keep concentration, you have to keep focus. You know, don't do something and switch off, do something and switch off. Stay switched on at all times, but MMA is MMA, and anything can happen at any moment.
He just can't find a distance with the hands. You know, he's closing the distance, but Creasey's just simply not there. And you know, his punches aren't coming to full extension. They're just those few inches shy. I think, to be fair, even if they were at full extension, Creasey might not be there anyway. But that's when see there, he's got to keep going. That extra 1 or 2.
That's what I said to you before. You have to keep going, because when Creasey backs up, his hands are open. So just keep going forward, you catch him in the middle.
And this is where Young does his best work. Pedal to the metal, letting those hands go in short, tight combinations.
He's gained confidence now. Let's push forward. Let's build in that confidence. Don't settle down. That's what Creasey wants.
I do think it's a little bit too late in this round again, though. I think Creasey's easily had the better of the significant striking.
Yeah, Creasey's game plan is now you see me, now you don't.
Ripped a big shot to the body just moments ago. They're going to start adding up as this contest wears on. Another big round for Sam Creasey, although we did see a couple of sparks from Young in that round.
Yeah, a couple of sparks, but you know, you can't just stop and start when you want. You know, you got to keep it going.
Let's take a look at some of the action from that second frame, and the leg kicks are really stifling the movement of Andy Young.
Yeah, Creasey just put better combinations together overall. He's been peppering that left leg of Young all night.
Yeah, you can't take too many of those, you know. Sit down on it on a leg kick and just pepper them down the middle. It works every time, because you see, you know, when Creasey throws that leg kick, he's on the center line. So take that leg kick and hit him down the middle.
Also able to unbalance Andy Young with that leg kick there, leaving him open for a couple of strikes in the combination. 5 minutes will separate one of these men from victory. Andy Taz Young,
you ready? You ready?
Samurai Creasey, touch of gloves, and immediately Andy Young with the fast punch after the touch of gloves. Can Creasey make him pay for it?
Every single time he's done that, every single time.
We've seen a ridiculously fast first 5 seconds. It's just then faded off again.
I mean, it's all good doing it, but you have to back it up. You have to back it up. I mean, the fastest I think I've seen him is when he touches gloves.
Sam Creasey looks to have learned from that experience against Nathan Grayson. He's looking a lot more composed, a lot calmer, a lot more in charge of this contest.
I mean, realistically, he's been in control from start to finish at the moment. You know, it's going to take something really significant from Andy Young to change this one around.
Again, Dean to the body to start that combination with Sam Creasey. Letting that right hand go.
Just even when Young manages to get inside, the volume of stuff coming at him so quickly from Creasey is just huge.
Creasey's drawing him in. That's what he's doing. He's drawing him in with that reach, hit him on the counter. But this is why I'm saying that Young needs to keep driving. Keep driving. The more confident Creasey gets, the more low his hands go. You can see it. Then the head movement comes in. Here we go, son. Here we go. And again. There we go.
Young catching Creasey with a left hand there. And as you say, Darren, perhaps looking to draw the guard down.
So Creasey's got a good frame on the face here. I expect a sharp left knee to come up. If he can really get the angle.
Here we go. Reset and do the same thing again. Reset, do the same thing again. Stop the guy from dancing. He's actually dancing in there.
Fancy footwork from Sam Creasey throughout this contest. Oh, it's a big right hand. He drops Young in the third round. Creasey looking to finish the fight.
Posture up, Creasey. He needs to posture up.
I mean, that was the cleanest strike that we've seen landed, and just dropping Young to the mat. Young's in survival mode for a moment here, but you know, at least he landed in close guard. He can slow the pace a little bit. He's got that overhook to tie Creasey up.
But guys, I've said it before and I said it again, I don't want to annoy you, but he was on the center line. You can't stay in the center line and not do nothing. You have to move something. Head or feet has to move.
Creasey head hunting now with that straight right hand, as you say, Darren. He can see Young's there for the taking.
Yeah, I don't think Creasey's going to fall for the no, come and get me. I think he's just going to keep doing what he's doing. And, you know, 2 minutes left, there's a really good chance that right hand finds home again.
Young's caller telling him to just go for it. Creasey happy to engage.
This is it now. Creasey just keep that pressure, keep dancing in there. Confuse him, don't slow it down.
Young's got to be careful jumping in like that. He's got to make everything count at this stage. Corner calling for the left to the body, then the overhands. They just need a gap for Young to get that right hook to work.
Love the way Creasey looking for that uppercut, you know, he's slipping that jab, looking for the uppercut.
Yeah, it's been a good weapon for him all night. You know, the shots coming up through the middle on the inside.
Creasey is actually sparring in there, look. Actually sparring, he's enjoying himself, you know.
Oh, Young putting it on him here. Creasey forced to let loose with some defensive fire.
But you notice there hasn't been a single time when Young's engaged when Creasey hasn't immediately fired back. And fired back with fairly significant strikes as well.
That's the game plan, that's what Creasey's doing. Creasey's drawing him in, hit him on that counter. And Young's falling for it. But Young wouldn't fall for it if he just keeps driving.
Stand-up contest for the majority. In fact, all of the contest has been contested on the feet, save for Andy Young getting dropped to the seat of his pants. Creasey now looking to create a frame and get those knees to work. Young's going to have to be careful in the dying seconds.
This is it, do or die now. This is it, what have you got, Young?
Both men throwing to the final bell. Creasey letting rip, Young firing back, and it's over.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Darren, you said it many times, Sam Creasey looked like he was having the time of his life in there.
He looked
really enjoying himself.
He looked like he was dancing salsa in there. The footwork was crazy. Be watching my videos.
Yeah, he just never really, you know, he found a rhythm and he stuck to it, and, you know, that just saw him through.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Let's take a look at some of the action here. Beautiful right hand from Sam Creasey. And we're going to see that solid straight right here. Crisp as you like, Darren.
Proper crisp. And it only happens, and I've said it before, I said it again, don't keep your head in the center line. Straight right down the middle.
Really was there for the taking with that right hand, and he landed essentially the exact same strike in the next exchange as well.
What I love is the sportsmanship straight afterwards, you know, no matter what you do, you know, you leave it all in there, you shake hands, you get on with it.
Great display of fighting prowess and sportsmanship from both these young men. The judges have tallied their scorecards at cage side, so we'll throw it to our MC, Mr. Hal Chaplin, to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Your judges have scored this bout 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28 in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision. In the blue corner, Sam Creasey.
All 3 cards for Sam Creasey. He'll join our broadcast colleague John.